And today I get some rounds with the GOAT. One of the GOATs. You know what I mean? Two GOATs. Iron sharpening iron.
We haven't seen you since the world tour of Canelo versus Crawford. I was out in Riyadh. We had the American press conference too. What do you make of the build-up so far? There's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring.
As part of his preparations to face Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford has officially added Roy Jones Jr. to his corner as head trainer. Crawford brought in Jones, who has invaluable experience navigating multiple weight divisions, an area in which Jones is widely respected throughout the boxing world.
Guys, even when I train right now, they come to my gym and I'm gonna spend time, repetitious time like I did, on technique. They don't like it. They just wanna beat bags, beat hand mitts, spar. Well, how can you do all this if you don't know the real technique that it takes to do it? So that's what's happening. We missing all that because soon you come to the gym, first thing you wanna do is hit something. In our day, it wasn't like that. You knew what kind of fighter you were, you knew how to jab, you knew how to throw a right hand, you knew how to throw every punch, you knew how to counter every punch, you knew how to defend every punch.
Despite Roy Jones Jr. joining the team, Terence Crawford will continue to work alongside his trusted inner circle, including Brian McIntyre and Benny Dow. This is the most important fight of Crawford's career, and is making sure to leave no stone unturned in his training and preparation.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought, we just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class.
As Terence Crawford himself admitted, he never had the opportunity to share the ring with iconic legends like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, or Oscar de la Hoya. In contrast, Canelo Alvarez did face some of those generational greats, but that's why a clash with Canelo is more than just a fight. It's Crawford's symbolic shot at the legacy he never got to challenge directly. Now, with Roy Jones Jr. in his corner, Crawford is aiming to defy the odd by moving up 2 weight divisions and defeating Canelo to become the first male boxer in history to be undisputed in 3 separate weight classes. Interestingly, Roy Jones' own journey through multiple divisions mirrors the exact path Crawford is now taking.
Weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue, because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donnell. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody.
Roy Jones Jr. once captured a world title at 168 pounds in the super middleweight division, the very stage where Crawford and Canelo will meet. But Jones didn't stop there. He also went on to win world championships in the middleweight, light heavyweight, and even heavyweight divisions. To successfully navigate and conquer such a wide range of weight classes is a rare and extraordinary feat. One that perfectly explains why Terence Crawford values Roy Jones' mentorship so highly, especially as he prepares to jump 14 pounds from the super welterweight division to super middleweight.
Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it's gonna be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class. How do you think?
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have now wrapped up 3 press conferences ahead of their highly anticipated showdown on September 18th. The undisputed super middleweight title clash is scheduled to take place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Billed as one of the biggest fights in recent memory, the matchup is often described as Canelo's power versus Crawford's precision. But that simplified narrative doesn't capture the full picture. Canelo is not just a puncher, he's a highly skilled technician. Likewise, Crawford brings real knockout power of his own, with 31 stoppages in 41 professional bouts. While both fighters are incredibly versatile, the spotlight is firmly on Crawford's 2-division lead, making it all the more fascinating to see how he deals with the strength and pressure of Canelo's punches.
Get beat, the monster thing is gonna always follow him.
Terence is
not taking a fight in between. He's like, I'm going to move up to 168. I'm going to take my time with that. Should we expect an upset, or are we going to see what most people are expecting in that fight if it does happen?
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people are looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart. Canelo is too big. No, we're not going to see.
Roy Jones Jr. believes the key to this fight is simple. Can Terence Crawford handle Canelo Alvarez's power? He expects both men to engage in heavy exchanges, promising an unforgettable battle for fans around the world. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Jones broke down the fight, saying, I don't pay attention to the pushing and shoving at press conferences. I don't care about the weight difference. What matters to me is the skill each fighter shows, both inside and outside the ring. He continued, what I see is a hungry Crawford, a guy who's been chasing this kind of opportunity for a long time. And now that it's here, he's ready to take it.
If he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. The only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch. And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavy, so I'm sure
Sharing his perspective on Canelo Alvarez, Roy Jones Jr. noted that while Canelo may no longer be the hungriest fighter in the game, he's still deeply committed to giving the fans high-stakes, entertaining matchups. He won't win every time, Jones said, but he always shows up and delivers. And if he brings that same mentality into the ring this time, he has a real shot at winning. However, Jones emphasized again that the real X factor in this fight is Crawford's ability to take Canelo's power. When you possess the level of skill Crawford has, weight becomes less of a factor. The real question isn't size, it's whether he can absorb the punch.
Should he just retire and go on the sunset?
Bud definitely should retire if he wins. Canelo, no, you have unfinished business, bro. You can try to hide, you can try to run, but that monster thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. Even if you retire the rest of your career, the monster thing is not going anywhere because the monster was searching for you. He beat everything y'all sent at him in the process of trying to get to you. I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is going to always follow him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was a time where he was saying...
Roy Jones Jr. believes that Terence Crawford will prepare for this fight by sparring with super middleweights and light heavyweights, a clear sign of confidence in his ability to absorb Canelo's power. Speaking in an interview with Mill City Boxing, Jones shared insight on the potential matchup. While praising Crawford's exceptional talent and ring IQ, the boxing legend admitted he initially leaned slightly in favor of Canelo Alvarez. Jones explained, a lot of people are saying, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Majima. Give Boots a shot. Give Bull Boots a chance. He added, but Eddie Hearn is saying, Crawford saying, give me the Canelo fight or I'm done. I'm not fighting. Why? Because he's got something to prove. Boots Ennis, is trying to take over, but Crawford isn't ready to pass the torch just yet.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying, like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who?